All right, let's go back. Um, so we're gonna take a look at terrorist Matthew. You ready? They give him a whole special right
crazy
here.
that I don't think it sounds crazy. The thought of marriage and four.
Me and Jessica.
You, hey, I'm Jessica.
I have questions written down and they're numbered 1 through 15.
Okay.
So if you want, you can pick a number.
Give me 10.
What is something you think you excel at in relationships?
My loyalty and devotion to my partner. What about you?
You know, I was just going to ask the questions. I wasn't really anticipating getting the same one back.
Oh my God.
Yep, just talking to the wall. This experiment, I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be incredibly hard.
You don't
having
say.
Conversations about our emotions is probably not somewhere where I would excel.
Hello. What's your name?
Matthew?
Matthew. Nice to meet you. My name is Sarah Ann. How's everything?
What do you mean you didn't think you were going to answer questions? This is speed dating. You ask questions, I ask questions, we both answer each other's question. Where was the miscommunication with that? I don't understand. Where was the miscommunication? Like you watched the show. I know you do because you've made sure to tell us about the show throughout the show. Talking about America is going to root for you where. So you know for sure you've watched the show. You have examined the show.
You going today?
I don't know. We'll keep that close to the vest.
Do you have anything you'd like to ask me?
I do have a list of 15, and you can pick a number, and I'll ask you a question.
12.
What is one of your current short-term goals?
I do want to meet the love of my life. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to actually meet someone without them judging me and me judging them. And so naturally, like, I'm trying to be kind and wholehearted as I possibly can with someone, you know? I think just from like knowing that you're going to be judged, I definitely will say that I can relate to those reservations 100%. You're going to be judged is always a little bit, scary. However, I think also being in like everyday life, people judge too. You know? Are you there?
The man walked out. The man walked out of Sarah and going over her soliloquy. Es-tu brute? Where you have no home training? You don't walk out on people when they're talking. I saw somewhere where he commented on somebody's post on Instagram that it's a lie. I didn't really walk out of the room. Sweetheart, you walked out on Jessica too. How many times are you gonna walk out for you to be like, oh, they caught me at a bad angle? Darling, she was still talking. If that was fake, if that wasn't real, um, her face wouldn't have been dropped when you walked out. If it's one thing we're going to be in 2024, can we be for real? Can we be for real? Yeah? Can we be for real in 2024? Because it makes no sense. I'm not gonna keep playing clips. However, like we saw how the man was a menace to multiple women. Even the one when I were like, I think White Amber was like, give me number 4. He was like, nope, people chose number 4 today. And I want number 4. My answer might be different. Give me number 4. I chose number 4. Give me my number 4. What's wrong with you? Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what number I can pick. What's wrong with you? Now, honestly, it took me by surprise that didn't no, it took me by surprise how after him being a menace to multiple women, all of a sudden he want to be nicer to Amber a little bit. And then he got nicer to AD, the Black Amber. I had a feeling that AD was okay with dating white men. It was more along the lines of because we after watching the full 2 episodes with the season, I wonder, did Matthew know that AD was a Black woman to where he was like, he know this is a surefire entry point into the show, so he chose to settle and be nicer to her because he probably seen the show multiple times based on his statements of saying like America's gonna root for you because he knows he came off strong. Remember, I read his bio in the first review of Meet the Cast I did. The man says he wants to hold on. Let me pull it up because it was so ghetto. It was very ghetto. Uh, let's read. Let's read his bio so I can make sure you remember how much of a terrorist this man was going to be. This man in his bio, it said that he was going to bring his shenanigans to the show. And he started and he did it for real. So it says he's choosing to confront his issues head on. And then he says that this is an opportunity that he wants to take the weakness and expose it. Then I said, okay, so you want to bring the madness to these women, right? And he started off with the madness, very calculated. The man barely spoke to the men on the men's side. And then on top of him being mysterious, this is someone because, well, for one, he's a financial advisor. That's one thing, right? This is someone who brought a whole list of 15 questions to go through. What now? Granted, we don't know how long you could be in the first day in the pods, but give and take, right? He's going down the list and guessing who's who. And if he really examined the show like he tried to examine these women with these 15 questions that he also didn't want to answer, I think at one point he started to realize, okay, what is a winning formula? And sadly, this winning formula involved a Black woman because he knows America loves a good redemption story, as he said. Because he said, okay, I'm going to bring the chaos at first and redeem myself. However, how can I redeem myself without going through the Black woman? Because nothing happens when you don't involve the Black woman. They like to use those as pawns in their games a lot of the time. So, in retrospect, I think he was trying to use AD to clean up his image to have the redemption story, as he said. And granted, he doesn't know that, well, it's not shown in particular that he knows that AD is a Black woman. However, I believe she said she likes to go by AD, but it's Amber Desiree. So Desiree is not necessarily a white girl name. Duh. So actually, let's play this off. Let's go back.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm Matthew.
Hey, Matthew. My name is AD. What are you looking for?
Yeah, right off the bat, eh?
Yeah.
I'm certainly not doing this to become a C-list celebrity.
Oh, you definitely are. You're definitely are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because you studied the show.
Well, that's good news.
I'm the king of first impressions.
You.
The king of first impressions. So you know how to put up a good front. It's one thing to know that you make great first impressions, like you are charming, you are good looking, you have mouth of gab, but it's another to specialize yourself in it. At that point, it becomes disingenuous. If you have to call yourself the king of impressions, first impressions, that means you have garnered a way or a system to manipulate reactions from people. Because it's one thing to be confident and say, okay, yes, I know how to articulate myself. I know how to present myself. I know how to behave in public or have the correct emotional intelligence. That's all fine and dandy. What happens now is the fact that he knows that he's good at it and he probably have created a particular formula that way he knows what works and what doesn't work. This man is 37. He's not a spring chicken. He's not Kenneth, who's 27. He's not Kenneth. This is a grown 37-year-old man, so he knows the game. He knows the game. You can't talk to him like you talk to Kenneth or Jiminy Cricket. Okay? You can't talk to him like Jeremy, Playboy Jeremy, okay? Like you got to come with it, right? And calling yourself the king of impressions, first impressions, yeah, terrorist. He's a terrorist.
You've made a lasting impression.
This is like so awkward for my personality. Like, I'm a small town country boy. Population of 600 people.
Mm-hmm.
So about is for maybe somebody else.
Is that something you want to deal with?
Win a woman over is diabolical. It's one thing to know that, like, based on interactions and conversations between two people, you find common ground, and then hopefully you win them over with your charm, right? With the way you make them laugh, the way you make them feel comfortable, the way you ease into conversations where they don't feel attacked or belittled. Just great conversations in general, right? So it's another to win someone over. If you do the right thing, over time, you will win the person over genuinely. But for you to be like, yeah, I want to win you over, that is intent. You intend to be a terrorist.
Win me over?
I'm going to try.
Okay. Well, I'm open to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Better than the other ones I had today.
Better than the other ones I had today. He's like, okay, these other women are not going for my BS. She's going for it? She really is going for this? Okay, cool. I'm gonna play right here. I'm gonna win you over. That's it. This is my golden ticket. If all else fails, I'm sitting right here. I bet you he probably went back to the men's lounge and was like, okay, I found two embers. One is a little sweet, but should be straightforward. The other one is kind of eh. She doesn't sound like she's right in the head. So I think if I play this right, he probably had like a spreadsheet of pros and cons for both of them. And I was like, okay, so this is the person I really want, but this one will keep me in the game. So let me play the game right. Let's feed them both the same information so they can keep me in the game. Then at the end, I'll choose who I really want. Now, here's why I know he was diabolical, okay? He was diabolical when he said,
yeah, and I tore my hamstring.
Right now. Yeah, like attacked me.
hold on.
Hello. This is Matthew.
Hey, it's AD.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, pleasant surprise.
I also have a connection. He's got like a hard shell, natural way. Be nice.
Why?
Because I don't know. I'm like.
Are you being a little protective?
Jen?
Uh,
If that needs many words.
Figure out how a city girl ends up liking a country boy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think, hold on. We're going to get to that area where he was like, oh, make sure you don't tell nobody. Right? And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? Okay, there you go. I think this is the third day because she's wearing a blue. So this is probably like their third date. I don't know about the third date, but she's wearing a blue dress, right? This is still the first episode. She's wearing a blue dress. And
Why?
You just never know. A wise man. Yeah. Has been.
there you go.
No, I just.
What about what I said to you today? And I'll just carry you out of here.
I don't want to leave, but that was really cute.
Okay.
You're just the cutest.
Are you going to tell anybody about what I said to you today?
I'm gonna just like simmer in it. I'm just gonna enjoy my moment. Because I don't know. I just am loving this moment and I just want it to be mine and ours.
Are you going to tell anyone about what I said today? Who says stuff like that unless you know you are diabolical, where you know you said the same thing to somebody else? Not for nothing.
It's just like, I want to leave.
I don't think you guys can see this, but in the last 7 minutes, well, the last 10 minutes of the first episode, the man was talking to her about like what he would want to do. He wants to leave. He would propose to her. He would do this. He would ask his her dad hand in marriage, and she telling him, well, he passed away, so there's no reason for that. But he's saying all these great things, right? I don't know if you can see my screen or not, but I want to show you something. I feel like he has a note, a script written in an extra postcard in his notebook, because everyone gets a notebook in the show to write down, notes about each other, right? Who you dating. I want to scroll back to where he's laying down and saying these great things to AD. And I feel like he's reading it off that piece of paper. And it freaked me out when I saw it because I was like, hold up.
You're funny. You're quick-witted. I just sense you're just incredibly caring. I could just feel you being protected. Comes from this.
Hold on. I'm gonna find.
I'll just give you the biggest hug.
Okay, so he lays down. This is at 10.
You can use that right now. Yeah.
I think it's like 101.
I hope you know that when I'm saying this, I'm not embellishing. I'm trying to be as honest as I can.
Mm-hmm.
What is my greatest accomplishment?
Okay, baby, I want you to see this with your own two eyes. Okay. You know what? For good measure, I'm gonna use my stylo pen. All right. I want you to see this. Let me bring my display up some so y'all can see. Okay. This is his notebook.
Yeah. Finding you. As honest as I can.
Look at this.
What is my greatest accomplishment?
Do you see this? This is the blue note, and this is the actual notebook. Do you see this? I know there's a glare, but I'm gonna zoom in so you could see, okay? This is him holding the notebook. This is the notebook at the bottom. This is a sheet of paper, okay? It's a different color between the two. This man has the script right here, okay? I want you to see what I mean. I want y'all to go back on your own TV screen at exactly 101:58. 101:57 to 59 second. That man has the script within his notebook. This is how you find a diabolical man.
No, it's just getting hot in here.
I've heard it. I'm like, oh. I wanted to call my mom and tell her.
I wanted to call my mom and tell her I have found her. It's right here. I promise you. You cannot miss it.
No,
You cannot miss it.
I wanted to call my mom and tell her.
It's right here. Oh my God.
Like, oh, I finally found her.
Matthew.
What?
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Diabolical. I'm probably not gonna keep playing so I don't get flagged. But realistically, you guys, this man knew what was going on. That's why he tried to say, like, okay, don't tell other people what we talked about in this pod. And she was like, okay, fine, I'll keep it to myself. However, White Amber did not keep it to herself. So they end up finding out about his exact method. And that's how AD was able to be like, nah, I'm good. No. Now, let's bring back my my photo once more. Window. Okay, so as you can see, too big. So we got Matthew, and then she ended up falling for Clay, Toxic King Clay. I called him Toxic King Clay, and I gave most of my reasons in the Meet the Cast video. Both men are extremely toxic for different reasons, right? And I was saddened when she fell for both of them, because with Clay, she was more saying like, oh my god, he's like the type that I've dated, because the swagger, the people that lie to her, because she said in her bio for the show that usually they act like they're ready and they're really not, or they lie to her, and that's been a consistent thing. So when it comes to Clay, yes, they have great banter. Yes, they get along. Yes, they understand about how to be playful. However, this man was honest about how he is fearful of relationships, or like he hasn't really tried to leave his guard down. And in general, from watching the first 2 episodes, it was one of those things where like, you need to help me be a better man. Baby, don't do that. We are not their moms to make them a better mom. We are not Jesus. We are not God. We are not Jesus to make these men better men. It is not your job, sis, to help him become a better man. No. Your job is to just exist and meet the men that matches you in full without exerting too much energy into his personal development. His personal growth has nothing to do with you. And remember the word adaptability in his bio. And this is what he wants from someone like AD, because she knows she will have his back no matter what. And that's something that's really scares me, because if you start slowly helping a man to be a better version of himself and accepting him at certain flaws, I can understand like you can accept some flaws, minute flaws, not big red flag flaws like this. Especially him talking about his dad and also his past, and how like he hasn't really found what he's looking for, and we're like, wait, is it though? Is it really that hard? Or you were just outside? And he has a huge ego, a self-proclaimed huge ego on top of that. So he knows, just like Matthew knows, that he's the king of first impressions, because he found a formula that works. The same way with him, with Clay, he knows how much game he has because of his huge ego. It's a self-proclaimed huge ego. So this man knows what is going on with him. He knows how girls see him. He knows how women gravitate towards him because he used to play basketball. This is someone who knows the game. He knows what to say, when to say it, and to make you adaptable. Adaptability was the very first thing, as that is synonym to malleable and pliable. Pliable means you're doing the bending. The moment you start with accepting small things to help the man in his development, the bigger the ask will get. You start with a small ask. The next thing you know, you are a project manager. This is not your project, baby girl. This is not your project. Do not do it. I beg. I beg. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. Worst mistake you can ever make. Worst mistake you can ever make is to let this man drag you in the name of love.